Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on what time you're going to be watching this video. Today, we are going to be talking about graphing using intercepts. Each graph line that we're going to be talking about today has two intercepts. We're talking about an X-intercept, where the line is going to cross over the x-axis, or a y-intercept, where a line is going to cross over the y-axis. So let's talk about the x-intercept first. Let's look. The x-intercept is going to be where y is equal to 0 and x is going to be equal to some number a. So we will have an ordered pair where we'll have some number along with y and 0 in the y position. Same thing if we were to look at the y-intercept, we are looking at where y is going to be some number b and x is going to be equal to 0. So our ordered pair will look like 0, comma, b. Okay? So let's look at an equation real quick, and we're going to talk about how can we find the y-intercept. So let's look at 2x plus 7y equals 28. And what I want to do is I want to find the x and the y-intercepts, and then I want to use those intercepts to graph this equation. So let's find the x-intercept first. Remember what I said, when we want to find the x-intercept, I want y to be equal to 0. So what we're going to do is in our equation, I'm going to take 2x plus 7 and I'm going to make y 0. So 7 times 0. And then I'm going to solve for x. So 2x plus, well, 7 times 0 is 0, so I get 2x equals 28. Now solve this one-step equation. We're going to divide both sides by 2, and so x is equal to 14. So our x-intercept for this equation is going to be 14, 0. And now we're going to find the y-intercept for this. So this time, we're going to make our x equal to 0. So I'm going to make my x equal to 0. And then I'm going to solve for y. Well, 2 times 0 is 0, so that's going to leave me with 7y is equal to 28. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. And so y equals 4. So our y-intercept is going to be 0, 4. And now we can graph these 2 points, and we're able to graph our line. For example, let's look at 0, 4. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my x-axis, I'm going to go by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And so there are my 2 intercepts. And now all I have to do is draw a line that connects the 2 points. And so there is that graph. Let's do another together. So let's do 3x plus 2y equals 6. And we're going to graph this using the intercepts. So you may want to pause this and see if you can do it on your own. And I will continue to work and you may watch. Here we go. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my x-intercept. For this one, I'm going to make my y equal to 0. So I'm going to make my y equal to 0. And then I'm going to solve this equation. So I get 3x equals 6. I divide both sides by 3. And so x is equal to 2. So in this case, my is going to be 2 comma 0. Then I'm going to do the same thing for my y. This time I'm going to make x equal to 0. I'm going to substitute it 0 in for x. And then I'm going to solve for y. Okay, so I get 2y equals 6. Divide by 2. And so y equals 3. And in this point, our point is 0 comma 3. So now we're ready to graph. So I'm going to graph 2, 0. And then 0, 3. And then I'm going to join those two lines. And we have our graph for 3x plus 2y equals 6. Let's do one more. Again, you may pause the video if you'd like, and then graph yours, and then come back and see if your answer matches mine. This new equation we're going to graph is negative 3x plus 5y equals 15. Let's find our x-intercept first. So I'm going to make my y 0. So negative 3x plus 5 times 0 equals 15. Negative 3x equals 15. Divide by negative 3. So x equals negative 5. So this one, our x-intercept is negative 5 comma 0. And now we're going to find the y-intercept. So this time I'm going to make my x equal to 0. And then I'm going to solve for y. So I get 5y equals 15. Divide both sides by 5. And so y equals 3. Here we have our y-intercept is 0, 3. And now we can graph our equation. I'm going to find negative 5, 0. And I'm going to find 0, positive 3. My 2 points. And now I'm going to join my 2 points. And I have a linear equation. I thank you very much for watching my video, and I wish you good luck and happy health.